I mean, if you do any surveys and you talk to people about their technology use, all the evidence is that migrants are very proficient technology users. That is to say, they're very good at the use of technology and they're well able to use multiple technologies. They can move back and forth depending on which is cheaper, which is easiest to use, and they have no difficulty. They're very expert technology users and very comfortable with it. And what this technology provides is options for people to do a number of different things. For some people, they're going to use it as a crutch, as a safety valve. So they've come into a new situation, they're lonely, they don't know anyone. The contact back home makes life easier. And for those people, over time, they'll eventually develop friendships, they'll eventually develop contacts, and the significance of those contacts abroad will decrease. So they're living in a country, they might be quite committed to the country, and yet their social life is still bounded within almost, not quite a virtual ghetto, but I mean, it's very much, they say, well, you know, I like to interact with people that are like myself. We all do. And so they're well situated in the country. They don't feel alienated. They don't feel impelled to leave. They don't feel as outsiders. But their contacts are still very much within their own culture. And the technology is facilitating that. So they can create their own little bubble. And sometimes it's a bubble which is filled with people who are abroad. But the bubble could also be people who are in their own locality. And that's their social life. But what they do say is, if you can't go back home, it can really make a difference. If you can't get to the wedding, if you can't get to the family occasion, to the Christmas, to the celebration, for them, the technology is a godsend. It's not as good as face-to-face, but these are the people for whom face-to-face would be impossible. And it's that background kind of information that I think is characteristic of communities that we haven't really seen any evidence of electronically up to now. Social media, with this ability to integrate visual and audio material, we're only talking about a few years. And we also don't, because there are very few longitudinal studies. I mean, the study that I'm talking about now is only 2 years. That's not long enough. You know, we need to check back in 5 years, 10 years, and then we'll have a much better idea